So the much-awaited ruling on whether or not two Rastafarian boys will be admitted to Achimota School is today, Monday, the 31st of May. Now, the families, as you can see behind me, have gathered here this morning waiting for that very important ruling. Now, behind me, you can see the family of one of the Rastafarian boys, Mr. Nkrabia. And then at the other end, you can see the family of Tyrone Magai. Both boys are here as we're speaking. Your shots right ahead of you, you can see the two boys who are hoping to have the courts get Achimota Senior High School to admit them into the school. It's a cloudy Monday morning here at the courts of Ghana, and this case is supposed or expected to set a precedent over whether children with rasta hair or Rastafarians should be admitted into senior high schools or other streams when the need be, and not have to come back to the courts again to get schools to admit them. Now, as we well are aware of, for Magai, he has two other siblings who are at St. John's Grammar School. They have been admitted to that school already, but he had challenges having admission to Achimota School because, according to the school, because of his hair, they would admit him to the school was against the rules of the school. Coming to you live from the Human Rights Division of the High Court here in Accra. And the latest development is the Tyrone Magai, one of two Rastafarian boys who were hoping to get Achimota School to admit him to the school, has won the case against Achimota. Let's speak to father of Tyrone Magai. He himself very elated over the development. Immediately the judgment was made, he was shouting with excitement. How do you feel?
Well, I feel fabulous. You know what I mean?
Were you expecting this win?
Absolutely.
Based on what were you expecting this win?
This morning I was all the while telling the kids if this judge will put some things into consideration, and then I only see win. You know what I mean? Because rules are made to control human minds, and some people too can make rules that will favor them. Some rules are harmful to people. You know what I mean? So we as people should learn to refuse and stand up against some rules. Not every rules, but some rules we have to have the ability and the strength to stand up against. I told them we're going to come back here and they should look for good lawyers because they have wounded an animal they cannot kill. And I said that because the assistant headmaster said they've had this case before the last year and the year before, and we could take it anywhere we wanted. So I told him, well, then they should look for good lawyers because we are going to meet at the law court and we will come back. So, and we won. So I'm going to go tell them that I told you I shall be back, and we are back here.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Tyrone. Tyrone, come close. Tyrone, how do you feel?
I'm feeling excited. Let's say mixed feeling, excited, happy. I'm feeling all kinds of emotions right now, the positive ones.
Were you expecting that you're going to win this case?
Yeah, okay, from the rational and the mutual standpoint, whether Achimota is right or wrong, and that our case is also right or wrong, I knew I should be admitted on mutual grounds. I mean, I've qualified, I had dreams to be educated in a secondary school, and so I was hoping to be admitted, like with the court case. I was hoping this, yes, and so I think I have it now.
This is Ohineba Nkraba's dad. They've also won the case. What is your thought? You are excited, aren't you?
Oh, I am extremely excited because this is what we were expecting from the beginning, that the Constitution would be respected, and that's what the judge did. And she emphasized it from the beginning that she wanted to expedite the case for the sake of rights, and she followed through with her decision.
How did you feel when she read that you guys should be allowed to go to school, your son, for that matter?
Oh, it was too much. The emotion.
Tyrone is crying.
No, I'm crying myself. You see my tears coming.
Yeah.
All right. So what next for Ohineba?
Well, we're going to ensure that the both of them go to school.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's very emotional here. You can see Tyrone crying now. Very emotional scene now, and you can see father of Hiniba crying as well, tears in his eyes as they speak to me on the latest. You're very excited.
Yeah, I really am excited. Yeah, beyond measure. Yes.
And you're going to be the best kid.
Exactly. I'm definitely going to try my best to be the best kid once I get there. So I think it's once I get there now, I know for sure I will be going there. So when I definitely get there, I'm doing my best when I get there.
All right, we wish you guys well. Congratulations on this good win. So that is father of Ohiniba and Kraiba, as well as Tyrone Magai. He's also won the case against Achimota School. Very happy sight here. You can see the families taking pictures together. This is the family of Tyrone Magai. In the shot, you can see his sisters, his father, he himself, and some members of the Rastafarian Association here in Ghana, obviously showing the peace sign and showing the victory sign as well, and saying they have won the case. It is a Citi Newsroom. We're this is mother of Ohiniba Kraba. She has become my friend because over the period I've been covering this story. You are excited.
I'm the happiest person on earth right now.
Were you in the courtroom?
Yes, please. I was.
What happened? Tell me.
Yes, so the judge said that the Achimota School rules is not supreme to the rules of Ghana, and that the rules have no basis per any health grounds or anything that affects other children, and therefore their rights have to be respected. And so Ohiniba can go to school.
Now, before Ohiniba's judgment, Magai's judgment was read and he got the green light. How did you feel waiting those few minutes?
I knew that it was going to be the same verdict, so I was not disturbed. I knew that Ohiniba is officially a student of Achimota School.
Now, some of the people have spoken. They said they got goosebumps when they realized they had won. What was it for you?
Exactly. I was super excited. Really, I was asking myself, wow, so the laws in Ghana work. When you test them, you will know that it works. We tested the law, and then we know that the law is there to protect us and serve us, and we are grateful.
What next for Ohiniba?
Okay, so now, per the ruling, Ohiniba can go to school, immediately. So hopefully, we are looking at Ohiniba going to school this week.
Okay, so we'll be following through and see how you guys go back and what happens. But well done.
Thank you. And before I go, I would like to say, I would like to acknowledge, some people who during the whole situation, supported, gave their advice. Some, gave cash in support of the whole fight. I would thank Nana Santi Bedietio and his wife Femi Bedietio for the support they gave. Femi Bedietio was always there, giving me emotional support, especially when I plunged into depression. And I thank Ghanaians, everybody. We've had support from all over the world, people from far and wide. I am grateful. I'm grateful for all the support everyone gave. Thank you.
Thank you too. That's Mana. She's mother of Ohiniba and Krabia, obviously so elated about the latest to this story. Now, if you're just watching at Citi Newsroom, the latest is the two Rastafarian boys who held Achimota School to court have won the case. Now, the two boys held the school to court over its refusal to admit them to senior high school, Achimota Senior High School, over their hair. I have with me Ohiniba and Krabia, one of the two boys his parents filed the suit against Achimota, and he wants to speak to us. Before, I know you have a speech you've read today, particularly for this day, because you're expecting the win. How do you feel?
Well, I'm really grateful for the court's decisions, and I'm hoping to get to school really soon. As you can see, I'm in my uniform, ready to go to school.
So when do you want to start going to school?
I don't read that.
Waiting for mommy?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my parents.
So you have a speech written. Read it. Let's see the speech you have.
Okay. On the 18th of March, I was rejected by a secondary senior high school. Not just any senior high school, but a school which had educated many great leaders from Kwesi Agre, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Honorable Samuel Nkrumah, Reggie Stone, and many others. I wasn't rejected because I didn't meet their requirements or because I was violent. No, I was rejected because of my natural hair, at which I keep as a manifestation of my religion and my black identity. We then decided to take Achimota to court, and we won. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all who supported us, especially our solid legal team, represented by lawyer Rasta Ganamanti and lawyer Ishmael Andani, lawyer Julia Ayete, the Mahat Unity and Justice Foundation, Rastafari Council of Ghana, Impesa Royal Family, Reggie Rockstone, Black Rasta, Dr. Neil Ante Blankson, Stoneboy, Osaje 4 and Conqueror, Kwesi Pratt Jr., Empire Agri Ghana Limited, Nanakwa, Empress Marina, Farouk, Child Rights International, my close friend Marcus Bedra, and other friends and social media followers, the media, and all Ghanaians who supported us as we battled this case out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ohiniba. Beautiful speech from you. You were expecting this win. From this speech, you read it.
Yeah, I did.
What made you feel that you win?
Well, it's stated in the Constitution that every child has the right to education regardless of religion, cultural identity, and so on. So I believe that using that would
you knew you were going to win.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, and we hope to see you at Achimota School pretty soon.
Yeah, thank you.
And Daddy is excited.
I am extremely excited, and I want to actually show my appreciation to all those who made it possible. And I must begin with the strong support from Citi TV. Citi have done a tremendous job, a job that I've never seen anywhere in the world in terms of being able to provide the necessary information with clarity, coverage, be on time, and be consistent from the beginning to now, right? So I have to big up Citi TV for that one. A special appreciation to Citi TV.
So we had father of Ohiniba and Krabia speaking to us on the Citi Newsroom. It's still the Citi Newsroom, and one of the lawyers who's, based on his work, we saw victory for the boys is here. He's been speaking to us from day one on this matter, and he is elated. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so elated.
Take us through what happened in court today.
It was very simple and straightforward. All our argument as applicants in both matters has been that the right to manifest one's religion is crystal clear and fundamental in our statute books, the Constitution, and even the Children's Act. So that is being violated by what the authorities of Achimota School are seeking to do by denying these two young men from completing their registration to go and begin their academic work. We're also saying that their right to education is being violated, and saying that their right to dignity and not to be subjected to inhumane treatment is being violated. We're also saying that, putting everything together, they have the right against all forms of discrimination. So this has been the gravamen of our application, the foundation of our application. And all what Her Ladyship Gifty Ajay Ado did today was to re-echo that position, balance it with the reason why the respondents were seeking to limit. It's not in contention that rights are not absolute. Rights can be limited. Article 12.2 says that. And the limitation is in two folds, based on public interest and not to trample on the rights of another person.
Okay.
So
what does that mean? What was her words and the issue proper for the two? That you have the right to go to the school and all that.
Yeah. So
break it down.
So the nucleus of her ruling is that if these rights are fundamental, and the same statute book says we can limit them, which is the position of the respondents, and which was not in contention, you must justify why you must limit these rights. So the whole matter was bordering on, yes, rights are not absolute, you can limit them, but justify why you must limit them. And the respondents all this while were trying to justify the limitation of the violation of these rights on the principles of uniformity. That is to say that if you are a male kid in Achimota School, your hair should be low. So all kids must have a low cut for uniformity. They were also saying for hygiene and for discipline. And her ladyship this afternoon is saying that you have not labored or you have not brought forth justifiable reasons for even this point you are raising. What do you mean by uniformity? You need to demonstrate it. They couldn't demonstrate it. What do you mean by hygiene? You couldn't demonstrate it. What do you mean by discipline? You couldn't demonstrate it. So for example, her ladyship now use other judgment from other jurisdictions in respect of discipline. And where in those cases the courts said that the fact that somebody carries a dreadlock does not mean the person is in discipline. It does not affect the conduct of the person. So if you are here saying that this your rule for them to have low cut is to maintain discipline, you have not demonstrated that. They should have demonstrated that once upon a time in Achimota School, somebody came with a dreadlock and was in discipline. Then you are putting facts before the court. But you just don't come and assume. And in so many cases, the courts have taken the position that the court does not look into abstract metaphysics. The court deals with matters, factual matters before the court.
Well, what happens if they come back to appeal?
As it is, appeal will not stop the ruling. The ruling is that they have the right to manifest their religion through keeping of their locks. The ruling is that they have the right to education. The ruling is that, so don't deny them from coming to Achimota School to continue their secondary education. Tomorrow, these kids are starting school. If you file an appeal, you need to go through the appeal process, which when they file any appeal, we will oppose. But before that appeal will even come before a court for it to be determined, they will start school.
So obviously an exciting thing to be seen here and all that. The case has come to its final point. That's if there's no appeal from the parties involved. But how did we get to this point? Remember, in March of this year, the two boys were rejected by Achimota School for admission there. That is where the case came to everybody's attention and took a lot of got a lot of attention in the media space and social media as well. But how did we get to this point from the beginning to the end?